CBD, and CBDA. We also have a 3-minute video on our website that explains it very well, but tonight we are very fortunate to have a medical doctor explain it from a neurologist point of view, but not just any neurologist. Listen to this. Dr. Stephen Trobiani is a board-certified neurologist, and following the conclusion of his residency training at Yale University in 1983, he has focused his practice on the evaluation and treatment of pain. In 1998, Pfizer hired him to serve as a spokesperson for Celebrex to introduce the drug to the medical community in Minneapolis, St. Paul. His current interest in CTFO and 10X Pure flows from that experience. And folks, I had the privilege of spending time with him when he spoke at our Connecticut event a couple of weekends ago. And besides being an amazing intellectual, he is a warm and down-to-earth he's just an amazing person, and I hope that everyone will come to our Reno event in a few months here, in about 90 days, because you'll want to meet him in person too, and he's told me today he's going to be there. And so without any further ado, the amazing, the incredible, the wonderful Dr. Stephen Trobiani. And Dr.
Thank
Trobiani,
you.
Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much. What I want to do is what I wanted to do is go through the science behind CBDA so that people understand clearly what it is that our incredible company is giving us an opportunity to present to the world. CBDA is a precursor to all of the CBD products on the market. CBDA is extracted from hemp, but in the process of extracting CBDA, the heat that's used destroys CBDA, and we end up with CBD, which is not in itself a bad thing. CBD has pain-relieving effects, and we're going to go into why in just a minute. But CBDA is more potent, and therefore preserving CBDA is useful and important. And CTFO has done is found a way to stabilize CBDA because it's unstable, and when subjected to heat, it will automatically degrade the CBD, and you'll lose that extra potency from CBDA. So really, hardly anyone who's selling CBD products has any CBDA in the products they're selling, and the stabilization is important if you're going to do it. So while companies may claim they have CBDA, if that bottle is subjected to any heat in the process of shipping, the CBDA is lost. Now, the 10X molecule that has been coupled with CBDA stabilizes CBDA and allows us to preserve it in the bottle and preserve it in our bodies so that the CBDA actually gets to the target organ. And I'm going to go through why this is important now. And it's not important that you remember this. It's just important that you know the information is there so that when you talk to people, if they need this kind of detailed information, you know there are resources within the company that you can refer them to give you this information. So don't worry about remembering this, but we're going to run through it pretty quickly. Anandamide is what we used to refer to as an endorphin. It is a naturally produced endocannabinoid in our body, and it is produced in response to stress. It's produced in response to pain. It also is produced, in response to other things. For example, the runner's high that we talk about is from the production of anandamide. The warm, fuzzy feeling you get when eating chocolate is from the anandamide that's produced. But if you have migraine and you get a headache from eating your chocolate, it's because of the degradation of anandamide. When anandamide is metabolized, it is metabolized first to arachidonic acid, and then from arachidonic acid, it's converted into prostaglandins. Now, there are two pathways for the production of prostaglandin. There's a cyclooxygenase or COX-1 pathway, and then a cyclooxygenase or COX-2 pathway. The COX-2 pathway produces prostaglandins that cause inflammation. The COX-1 pathway produces prostaglandins that are beneficial. Those are the ones that preserve the lining of our stomach. Those are the ones that dilate our arteries and prevent clot from forming in the coronary arteries and in our brain and causing heart attacks and strokes. So we don't want to interfere with the COX-1 pathway. We only want to interfere with the COX-2 pathway. Now, the reason I bring all of this up and the reason that this is interesting to me is, as Steve said, in 1999, Pfizer had me serve as a spokesperson when they introduced their drug, Celebrex, to the market. Celebrex was introduced as a selective COX-2 inhibitor. So what it did is it blocked the COX-2 pathway, but allegedly did not block the COX-1 pathway. Vioxx was said to do the same thing, and so did Bextra. It turns out that while these drugs were primarily COX-2 inhibitors, they did have some COX-1 effect, and consequently Vioxx did cause some increase in blood pressure, as did Bextra, and those drugs were removed from the market because the incidence of hypertension with them was greater than what we see with Advil or Aleve. But make no mistake, Advil and Aleve affect both the COX-1 and COX-2 pathway. The only selective COX-2 inhibitor left on the market is Celebrex. This is important because CBDA has been shown, and I'm sure you've all seen this next to your nightstand, next to People magazine on your nightstand is a little magazine called Metabolism, Drug Metabolism and Redistribution. I'm sure you've all had that. I'm sure you've all read it. You read it night after night because it's a mainstay. But what comes out of that is in 2008, that magazine established CBDA as a pure COX-2 inhibitor. And because of that, we can now claim that when we're selling CBDA, that we're selling something that is effective in the relief of pain and inflammation, because we are preventing prostaglandin formation that causes pain and inflammation. And so that claim can be made. And in fact, it's right on the bottle of the new product coming out in the next week or two, which is called 10X Pure Gold Super 1000. And that product, I believe, is a direct competitor to Celebrex. In fact, I believe it will be a better pain reliever than Celebrex, because while Celebrex blocks the COX-2 pathway, it does not mimic anandamide. All of these CBDs, including CBDA, mimic anandamide and therefore give you the same pain relief that anandamide gives you. But we also, with CBDA, block the COX-2 pathway from the metabolism of anandamide. So you get a double effect with CBDA that you do not get with Celebrex. And it's because of that that I think we have a product that is really, really, really unique. And to put this into marketing terms, because most of you are marketers, not scientists, the sales for Celebrex in the U.S. in 2014 were $1.9 billion. Worldwide, those sales were $2.9 billion. And that's billion with a B. I believe, therefore, we are being handed a product that is a multi-billion-dollar product. And with the patent on 10X, there is no way that any other competitor in the CBD market can deliver a meaningful competitor to 10x Pure Gold Super 1000. So I want to thank Steve Finger, and I want to thank all the folks at CTFO for giving us an opportunity to really capture a worldwide exclusive market that has massive potential in the pain community. It remains to be seen how much pain relief we will get from this, but I know it will be at least equal in efficacy to Celebrex, and I'm excited that we might finally see something that even begins to rival the narcotics in terms of the amount of pain relief. I don't know that we will see that, but I'm certainly going to be testing it in my practice because I primarily deal with people who have chronic pain and who are on narcotics, and the effort is always to reduce the narcotic that they're taking without impairing their ability to function. So with that, I'm going to turn this back over to Steve.